to the Mindbender Mental Performance Podcast.
Welcome back to the Mindbender Mental Performance Podcast, the only podcast that former Licey baseball great Enrique Bayreneses makes players fuerza en la cabeza. El lugar es aquí, el momento es ahora. Wherever you are, the place is here. The time is now. We're taking it from the clouds to the dirt, one episode at a time. It's about showing up, being present, and knocking down those mental and oftentimes emotional barriers that get in the way of consistent and confident performance outcomes. Today, we're getting into Pillar 8 of our breakdown of the 10 pillars of mental performance mastery system. Today, Pillar 8, time management and organization. Look, if you want to dominate on the field, you've got to have your off-field game tight. Time management and organization aren't just nice to haves. They're essential if you're going to make it to the top, if you're going to be elite. You see, a boy lives off his pleasure and preference. An elite, go hard, getting after it, lives off principle, lives off his calendar. The more structured your day, the more energy you've got left for the things that truly matter. When you're organized, you're not burning energy on the small stuff. You're preserving your mental bank for the big moments. The power of automation. Every decision you make is like a withdrawal from your mental bank. You've only got so much energy to spend in a day. If you're wasting it deciding what to wear, when to eat, or how to manage your schedule, then you're not going to have much left when it's game time. The best in the world automate as much as possible, setting routines so that they can save their focus, their bandwidth, their energy, and their discipline where it counts and when it counts. Imagine every decision put on autopilot as a deposit bank, or as a deposit back into your energy bank. The one thing, time blocks and planning tomorrow, tonight. One of the best time management tools out there is The One Thing by Gary Keller. It's all about focusing on your most important task, or your MIT, the one thing that will move the needle the most. Time blocking is the practice of setting aside dedicated time for specific tasks. If it is blocked on your schedule, then it's non-negotiable. You're all in. And here's the kicker. Plan tomorrow, tonight. This keeps you from waking up scrambling, exactly what's going on the agenda, and you hit the ground running. How about the $86,400 bank account? Imagine you've got an account with $86,400 deposited every morning. At the end of the day, whatever you haven't used is gone. Well, that's time. 86,400 seconds in a day. You can't save it all or roll it over, so you've got to make the most of every second. Top performers, elite level performers, understand the value of each minute and treat their time accordingly. Knowing your ideal day, week, quarter, and year is a big one. Know what your ideal week, quarter, and year look like. This is about having a clear vision. And in the greatest coaching manual of all time, the Bible, it says, without a vision, the people perish. When you're clear on what an ideal day or week looks like, you're not leaving anything to chance. And your dreams are all just a sum of your todays. You're working on the right things consistently. And as we always talk about, consistency is a superpower. Doing a little, a lot, not a lot, a little. Week in and week out. Not neglecting the easy things to do. And if it's easy to do, it's also easy not to do. So don't neglect. You got the choice of two easies. You're building towards your big old goals. Define it, map it, and then commit to living it. How about MITs? Let's go back to that. The most important tasks. You got to eat that frog. Brian Tracy's concept of eat the frog is simple, but powerful. The idea is to tackle your most important tasks first thing in the day. If you get those out of the way, the rest of the day is downhill, right? No problem. MITs are the things that have the biggest impact on your goals. They're tasks that matter most. The ones that make everything else easier or even unnecessary. Reduce your decision fatigue. Don't be Pinky in the brain, waking up going, how are we going to conquer the world today, Pinky? Not a good plan. Don't work off preference. Don't work off a to-do list. Don't work off pleasure. Work off an automated calendar. 168 hour. 168. What's your 168? We've all got the same 168 hours each week. The difference between average and elite performers, the way they use that time. By creating a 168 plan, you're assigning every hour a purpose. You know when you're working, training, recovering, and relaxing. And you're not just reacting to the week, you're owning it. And you don't want to be obedient, you want to own it. Obedience and ownership. Assign each minute a task. Let's talk about Lieutenant Jonathan Falcone. Lieutenant Jonathan Falcone talks about assigning each minute a task. It might sound intense or a little overkill, but there is value in making sure that every minute has a purpose. If you know where your time is going, you eliminate wasted minutes, distractions, and the chance of slipping into autopilot. And casualness in this can lead to casualties. Don't be casual, or it's going to be the death of your dreams, the death of your purpose, the death of your motivation and commitment, right? The death of your dream. Assign your time a task, and you'll find that you've got more of it than you thought. Let's talk a little bit about what is the skill of time management and organization. Time management and organization are about maximizing your potential by structuring your day. They're the framework that keeps you grounded, focused, and able to handle pressure and turn pressure into a privilege without getting derailed. When you're organized, you're in control. You're not reacting to the day. You're responding. You're leading it. This skill allows you to prioritize, focus, and execute at a high level, day after day after day. And if you work with me, you know we're trying to stack them. We're trying to stack quality days on top of quality days. Now let's get into a couple myths and mistakes in time management and organization. A big myth about time management is that it's just about cramming more into your schedule. Wrong. Oftentimes, it's less about addition and more about subtraction. It's about cutting out what doesn't matter so you can go all in on what does. Another mistake is thinking you have to follow a perfect schedule. Nobody's 100% compliant. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Flexibility is key. The goal isn't rigidity, it's efficiency. And here's the biggest mistake, not planning ahead. When you don't plan, you waste time reacting and you lose focus. Without a plan, the people perish. Plan tomorrow, tonight by time blocking. A simple drill, simple but effective drill, is plan tomorrow, tonight. Spend 5 minutes each night looking over your schedule, building out the scaffolding and the framework, blocking out time for the most important tasks, and knowing exactly what's coming. This habit, this routine, this ritual keeps you from wasting time in the morning trying to figure out what your priorities are. Time blocking ensures that when it's time to focus and lock in, you're ready. Let's talk about reverse engineering. You know, it's like, what do you want to do? I want to be a Hall of Fame ball player. Cool. Well, then we got to reverse engineer it. We got to look out in the telescope and then put it under the microscope. And when we do that, it's about starting with the end in mind, defining your goal, then working backward, Benjamin Button style. What do you need to do each month, each week, and each day to get there? If you want to win, you've got to ask yourself what's important now. This approach makes big goals manageable and keeps you from getting overwhelmed. It's like building a roadmap to the party, but you want to make sure that the map that you build bears resemblance to the underlying territory, or rip it up and get a new map. Give me that map. Ha! Tropic Thunder. Watch it. Great one. Drill number 3. MIT, most important tasks. Identify your most important tasks for the day. A lot of guys that I work with are doing their most important tasks right after they do their AM journal. AM journal after the AM routine or potentially before it. That's your one-word focus, your 3 keys to keep it simple, your 3 affirmations. You got your devotional. Then you put your most important tasks. Boom. This is the one thing that will have the biggest impact on your progress. Tackle it first thing. When the self-discipline is sharp, when you stand guard at the door of your mind in the morning, when you have the most self-discipline, commitment, and motivation. If we can win the morning, oftentimes we can win the day. When you knock out your MIT, you build momentum. And with momentum, we always look way smarter and more efficient than we are. And without it, we look way slower and dumber than we are. So don't be dumb and slow. Be efficient and get the momentum, and be smart. You build momentum and set yourself up for a productive day, and you can win the day. Stand guard at the door of your mind and create routines and rituals and time management so that you can win the day. How about the focus funnel? That's drill number 4 here. The focus funnel is a tool for cutting out the fluff. Picture a funnel. At the top, all your tasks. First, ask yourself, if a task can be eliminated, remember, it's not so much about addition, but more about subtraction. If not, can it be automated if it can't be eliminated? If not, can it be delegated? If it passes through all these filters, then you do it. This funnel keeps your focus on the things that truly matter. You see, most people major in minor things. Don't be that person. So you're not wasting time on low priority tasks. Don't major in minor things. That's your quick breakdown of pillar number 8 today, time management and organization. Again, you're getting the Cliff Notes, brief synopsis of these pillars. Mastering this pillar means taking control of what you can control and what you can influence instead of worrying about things that are outside of your control. We always talk about we have very little control about what goes on around us, but we have total control on how we respond to it. This way, you're not just showing up, you're showing up with a plan, ready to make every single minute count. On our next episode, we're moving on to pillar number 9 of the 10 Pillars of Mental Performance Mastery System, created by my dear friend and one of my mental performance mentors, the great Ichabod Kaner. Pillar 9 is going to be leadership. You've got your game plan and your routine on point, but leadership is about lifting others up with you. We'll talk about how to lead by example, how to build trust, and how to bring the best out of yourself and your teammates. The best teams are the best teammates. That's what we'll be talking about next time. So make sure that you're on board and you learn what it takes to be a leader both on and, most importantly, off the field, because you're going to be a person a lot longer than you're going to be a player. Amen. Para mis jugadores latinas, más línea, más vida. Hasta el próximo recuerdo. Si quieres ser un jugador disciplinado, comprometido y preparado en el futuro, empiezas esa mierda hoy. Se necesita lo que se necesita y lo mejor está por venir. Until next time, remember, if you want to be a disciplined, committed, and prepared ball player in the future, you start that shit today. It takes what it takes, and the best is yet to come. Catch y'all next time, and a happy early Thanksgiving to everyone. And I hope everyone out there enjoys the family, the fellowship, the friends, the full sends, and the delicious salted meats that we're all going to enjoy tomorrow. And I hope you all get a chance to imbibe a little aperitif and potentially a digestif. I know the great Enrique Byroness is going to have an aperitif and a digestif. So, we'll see y'all next time on the Mindbender Mental Performance Podcast. And yes, this is episode 138. And you're going, wait a minute. On the YouTube channel, there's only 38 episodes. That's right. The first 100 were banned by YouTube. So if you want to see the exclusive banned episodes of the Mindbender Mental Performance Podcast, you can catch those exclusively on the world's premier live streaming, interactive, and event podcasting hosting platform, nofilter.net.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Yes.